STS Guys Podcast is the best you ever seen. Go and listen weekly pop culture podcasts, they are so clean. Talking about movies, TV shows, collectibles, I mean Jeremy, Larry, Nathan Scott are the best hosts you ever seen. Batman, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, very cool. Just lay down, open a beer, that's the big rule. Relax every week with us, we doing it right. Interesting subjects, we don't bother you at all. Come with us, it's gonna be so cool. Okay, STS Guys Podcast #1. That's not a fool, okay, I promise you gonna have fun. Take your gun, nerds in the beach, I swear that's a big run.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 158 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
All right, so Jeremy, you were out when we found out the gem that we actually have a lyric sheet. Did you listen to the last week where we went over this? Because we discovered something. There is no beach. There's no beach. I need to bring this up again. I know we talked about it last week, but here we go. No, yes, it is. Take your gun, but it's Nerds Unite, bitch.
Oh, so you're saying bitch, not beach?
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
Yep.
Who knew?
Romanian accents.
Yeah. So I figured you would enjoy this, but I had to bring it up since you weren't here last week, and we actually have what he says, and several sentences are not what I thought they were.
Well, I also like that I see some pirate speak in there.
Yeah.
Yar.
Yar, matey. Yeah. So
Take your gun.
Take your gun. Yeah, I like your like he's like, these guys are in Texas. How do they say you're in Texas? You're all right. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Exactly. Well, what is going on this week, guys? I said, well, first off, before we get too crazy, let's give a shout out to the chat. I said we have Manny. I said we have Jessica. We have Ed. We have, I can't see the rest of the chat.
Oh, Manny. Manny was there.
Manny
was there.
Manny, what's going on?
Yeah, shout out to Manny. Manny consistently shares our episodes on Twitter after he listens to the audio version. So extra special shout out to Manny for being a great dude and sharing out our stuff.
Hey, great dude in general, but here's the thing. So I have to say that I do enjoy his consistent participation in Funko Photo Day too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So I said I had to give a shout out to him for that, just because I do enjoy some of the shots that he takes.
In Funko Fashion Friday.
He never lets it die. So shout out to Manny.
Cool.
I'm gonna go right now. I have no idea what any of those things are.
All right. So while Scott Googles that, like I said, it's been a little while. I said it's been I've missed 3 weeks.
Yeah, you have. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. So like I said, I had some traveling stuff happening, and then some work stuff, and then I said now I'm back. So I can say, you know what? It's been a week.
It's been a week. I was reading the chat and I have to flip to
It's okay.
to run my things. Give me a moment.
You know what? It has been a week though. So like I said, it's been a few weeks, for me. So
yeah.
Well, first off, before I kick off, does anybody else have a crazy "it's been a week" story?
I don't have much. I was going to say we did a 3/4 of an STS Guys lunch yesterday and went and got some burgers. That was pretty great. Where'd we go? Hop Daddy? Is that what it was called?
Hop Dottie, yeah.
Dottie? Yeah, I don't know. It was good. I don't know. I don't remember what I had, but it was good.
You and I had the same burger. It was the one with bacon jam.
Bacon jam, yeah. And mustard onions.
Mustard onions and pickle mayo.
Mayo, yeah.
And when they say pickle mayo, it was mayo that you're like, that kind of tastes like pickles.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And the grilled onions kind of taste like mustard. But it was good.
Yeah.
I would definitely go there again. So that was yesterday. But Manny got it. Today, Manny said, I saw the Buc-ee's pick, Larry. So yeah, so I made my first trip to Buc-ee's since I moved here. It's been like months, but I went to Buc-ee's. I got some cool Buc-ee's merch. We got a little bit of everything. Like we went to the one on the way to San Antonio in New Braunfels or something like that, like an hour outside of Austin, give or take. But it was one of those trips where like you don't think about how much money you're spending till you get to the register and they tell you your total.
It's the last Buc-ee's trip I went on. We got all this stuff for like, yeah, this is awesome. And the lady was like, $120. And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, I beat that. I doubled that. But we picked up some Christmas presents too. So, right. So like, I'm like, we're going to go to Buc-ee's. We're going to pick up some Christmas presents. We got everything. We got Buc-ee's toothbrush. We got Buc-ee's stickers. We got a Buc-ee's plushie. I got a new Buc-ee's shirt. I got a Buc-ee's pop socket.
Okay,
we got the Buc-ee's face mask. We cleared it out, man. It was awesome.
So here's a question, Larry. Is the Buc-ee's shirt black?
No, it isn't, because I got the New Braunfels one, which is a light blue. I know.
I don't know if I've ever seen you in a shirt outside of black that's like a lighter, like white.
Very rarely. No, I don't think I own any white shirts. Like I've got a red shirt. I've got a red Talk and Pop shirt that they sent me. But I have very few shirts that aren't like a dark color. This one is like a light blue. Maybe I'll wear it like next Saturday. But I wanted it because it was the store specific one.
It makes me a little uncomfortable though. Like,
it's gonna be weird. Yeah.
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird. Because the other one I've been to is in Bastrop, and their store shirt is purple, which I kind of wanted to get, but then I didn't really want purple. But I like this light blue one, so I got a new Buc-ee shirt.
Is that going to be your new thing? Getting the Buc-ee shirt at every Buc-ee's?
I don't know. Like I wanted to get one that was store specific. I think it depends on the color. So
I've been getting a shirt for my daughter for each new one that we go to that's unique to that store. So there's Ed says, so is this a store or a restaurant? So we bring this up several times.
Yeah.
So eventually we're gonna get sponsored by these guys.
That would be amazing.
But Buc-ee's is just a gas station that is incredibly good at merchandising and are the size of what like a normal store would be. And they have a barbecue restaurant and a jerky. Like if you're at the grocery store and you go to the meat department, that's Buc-ee's is just jerky. It's in the meat department case of jerky, and they give you jerky. So it's like just a ridiculously elaborate.
It's like a fancy, station. It's like a gas station on steroids, right? Because they have the barbecue, right? You can get barbecue. It's basic barbecue. It's sandwiches, but you can get barbecue sandwiches. But then they have hot food too. Like you can get other sandwiches, and I think of like corn dogs and some of the normal gas station food that you place your order on a kiosk that you can get there. So it's hot and fresh. They, like Scott said, they have a whole wall of beef jerky. They've got like fudge that they make there. They've got a ton of stuff. They make their own like chips. They make those beaver nuggets, which are amazing. They've got their own wall of candy that there is the Buc-ee's prepackaged candy. It's really unique and interesting and slightly ridiculous because like the closest one to us is like 45 minutes away, but it's totally worth it.
So, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that gets me with it is if they just had the store and like the items that they have, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But when you go in and everything is like ridiculously merchandise, and they have an entire half of the store is just merchandise that is the beaver themed, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, with the Buc-ee's beaver.
You see Buc-ee right there, Buc-ee beaver right there. Like, you know, like
no,
I got him. This guy. That
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, so that needs to be a Funko Pop. Like
Absolutely.
I
100%.
would agree. Like, I mean, they have everything else in that store. Might as well.
They literally do. Beach towels, blankets. They have Christmas pajamas. Like, you name it, they have it.
Here's the thing: is that it's actually fairly inexpensive to get these there, which
yeah.
is why I buy them. Is the insulated, like stemless wine glasses that are like the Yeti cup, basically, like the knockoff Yetis. They're ridiculously cheap, and they are like just you can get one with just a little Bucky on it. It's amazing. Like. Of all the things they sell is like stemless wine glasses.
Also, if you're on a road trip, like I said, and you're traveling and you need to use the facilities, they have the cleanest. I said they're known for like they're extremely clean bathrooms.
Yeah, I've actually never been to the bathroom. I'm gonna have to make an intentional stop into the restroom next time I go to Buc-ee's.
You know what? I said, not in the restroom, obviously. Next time I said we like any of us spend Buc-ee's, we should jump on a quick live stream, do a live stream from
walk everyone through Buc-ee's just to show you what we're talking about.
We should do that. Well, we've never been together. Just one Saturday or something. Maybe after the holidays, we'll have to head up to Buc-ee's and check out what's new. Because I like the fact that like they had a bunch of Christmas items, so it's really different stuff than what they had last time I was there. Was probably like September, right? Yeah, because I got the Halloween shirt, so it was like mid-September when I got a Halloween Buc-ee's shirt. But now they got a bunch of Christmas stuff. So the plushie we got was actually the Buc-ee's Beaver guy, but he's wearing a Santa hat and has a Santa beard. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The Santa Beaver.
Yeah, the Santa Beaver. Who doesn't like the Santa Beaver?
Everyone loves the Santa Beaver.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Everyone loves. So okay.
The white beard.
Yeah. Big white beard on the beaver. A big white beard on my beaver. All right. So I'm gonna let you guys talk about what's going on in the chat here, but I wanna tell you guys I have a complaint about my old neighborhood in Arizona.
I like it, but real quick.
Yes, I'm gonna let you finish. But
okay, Kanye. Does that make me Taylor Swift?
Yep.
So shout out to the chat. Shout out to Geek Together because we're getting a Geek Together raid on Twitch. So thank you guys. Thanks for everybody stopping over. We were talking about Buc-ee's, the amazing Texas gas station. Yeah, again, right? This dude, Buc-ee's, it is amazing. So shout out to the chat. I see Gary. Clint's there. Clint just subbed. So thank you, Clint, for the sub. Another shout out to Ed and Jessica and Manny for hanging out. Mark's here. Hey, M. Rosario. Real Ben Feldman. I love you in Superstore, man. Mrs. Jessie Starr, P King 1123, more Jessica, more Ed, and of course, shout out to Damien and Christina from Geek Together. I know Josh Lopez was on there today too, so thank you guys. Oh, Mountain Meg's in here too. Misty, thank you everybody. Yep. So speaking of the old neighborhood in Phoenix.
Okay, so here's my complaint because I got nothing that new that happened this week. So. This morning, drove by and we have like a little community center right in our neighborhood, and drove by and there was a line. So we pull in to be like, wonder what's going on, and we find out that they had our community center, like, and our HOA had a dude in a Santa suit that was doing drive up, like, talk to Santa, and they were, if you drove up, they gave out breakfast tacos that seemed to like
homemade or like Rudy's.
Like not like Rudy's, potentially homemade, maybe like a restaurant-ish. I don't know. They're just tacos wrapped in tinfoil. It's really hard to like.
Same idea as Rudy's, though.
Same idea as Rudy's, right? But it was like chorizo, or they had migas and a couple different things. Like, so they had options. Like it was a restaurant, and so we drove through. My daughter got to talk to Santa. He was like, get cookies and put them out, whatever. Like, it was great. And then I was driving away and realized my HOA here and my HOA in Arizona cost $1 a quarter difference from each other. And I never had anything happen like that back in Arizona. I was like, what the fuck was I paying for before? Because now I know what all I can get for this the cost. What was I paying for before? Yeah, I I was just driving through, and I got so mad driving home. I was like, "What? I was there for like 10 years paying that shit. What was I paying for?"
Well, it's true though, like right, because my neighborhood's the same way. Like I said, mine's actually $20 cheaper than my house back in Arizona. So I'm paying $20 less. But then I said the activity center. I said we have like food truck Fridays, and so then they basically have a whole bunch of food trucks that come up, and then everyone gathers and goes and get some from the food trucks, and then you can actually they have our neighborhood like Facebook page where we vote on basically, hey, what ones that we want to come, and then and they'll reach out, and
cool.
so we have our Santa thing. I said here like in a couple weeks, or no, sorry, in here next weekend. So right before Christmas. But yeah, it's like what is this?
So
what the fuck were they paying for?
So I think mine was the most expensive. Ours in Arizona, it's like $175 a month.
Good God.
Yeah. So Texas is like a third of that. Like I don't even pay $50 here. But yeah,
mines have always been around like $40 a quarter.
No, $175 a month in Phoenix, man. Ours was crazy high, but we had a pool too and stuff, right? So you're paying for the insurance for the pool and that kind of stuff. And they did some things around the community.
I have a pool now. Like I'm not paying that much.
Yeah, true.
So just to Manny, you pay for their BMWs. Exactly.
Somebody
was making some bank off of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they were spending money on, but it was nothing. It was nothing good.
Super random topic that we're talking about right now, but have you ever seen so my old neighborhood, right? Not the 175 one, the one that was a little bit cheaper. They used to send out an itemized thing at the end of each year, and they showed you how much money they spent on things. Like, right, the amount of money that one spent on like landscaping and stuff was insane. So, right, it's all accounted for, but like they're overpaying for some stuff.
Well,
it's accounted for on a little Excel sheet that they send out to everybody. Yeah. Like. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I bet you that they spent $500,000 on landscaping.
Well, no, let's see. Well, but then here's the thing, though, right? You go and you start to trace things back, and you're like, okay, so hey, they're paying that much in landscaping. So who's their contractor for landscaping? Oh, yeah, that's one of the HOA board members. Like I said,
it's their brother-in-law or something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, someone's making money.
The sneaky embezzlement.
So Ed says a point that he's not allowed to have like a bucket of water, like. My old HOA in Arizona also was. We always said that they were out on patrol because we knew the car of the community person.
Yeah,
the lady that one time sent me and like threatened to put a lien on my house because there was a crack in my like retaining wall, right? Because Arizona has the cinder block walls. That wasn't there. There was no crack in the wall. Yet there, so we had words. I was not that lady's favorite person.
I'm sure. I don't know if I've told this story before, right? Because like I said, I had a similar situation with my old HOA, where because my old house was backed up against the common area, and so they said, oh, your tree in your backyard is too much, and so I trimmed it so it's like none of it was hanging over. Got a second letter, your tree is hanging over too much. I'm like okay, I trimmed it back even further. Got a third letter saying, oh no, they said we're finding you $200 a week. I said until you address this. And so finally I just got sick of it. I chopped down the goddamn tree, and so it was a stump. It was a stump. Got a letter the next week saying, "Hey, you said here's another $200 bill because you still haven't addressed the tree." So the funny thing was, I checked my mail at like 9:00 at night, and I got that, and I was fuming. Like I said,
angry, I was angry, pure rage.
Literally, so I'm walking out in the backyard, and said I hadn't had time to clean up, the dog shit yet. So I'm probably stepping in dog shit, and go in and I take a picture of the stump. I'm like what fucking tree? There's no tree.
I've seen the stump, but I didn't know the story behind it.
The story was getting mad at the HOA.
So
that's the story behind the stump in my backyard.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So that's not it's been a week story. We're gonna call it Scott's random complaint corner, I guess. So we'll go from there. So Jeremy,
I like it.
You
Yeah,
said
what do you got, man?
Yeah, you said you got some stuff. You wanted us to go. We went. What's going on with you?
So I said it's been 3 weeks, right? So
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff going on. So you may notice I said I'm not facing the same way anymore, right?
Yeah. You're
I'm
back
like,
to the other old way.
back to the old way. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like changing it up. Like I said, I get bored every now and again, and especially so when you're locked at home and you don't really have a lot to do, you start to, like I said, go crazy. And you're like, hey, you know what? Let me mix it up again. Let me get some type of interesting background. So like I said, this is temporary until like I said, obviously just because I got some marks on the wall, I got to repaint. I said get a nice little background going on again. But honestly, I said, other than that, like I said, the last 3 weeks, I said, haven't been, exciting. I said, the only thing that's been going on is playing, I said, PS5. And
oh yeah,
it is, I said, it is amazing. So
what have you been playing?
So I've been playing the remake of Demon Souls. I said, so Demon Souls was a game that originally came out on the PS3.
What led to Dark Souls?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's technically the very first Souls game.
Yep.
So the way this game goes. So for those of you who aren't familiar with like Demon Souls, right? There's no saving. There's no like, hey, you know what? I'm done for the night. I'm gonna save right here and pick up where I go. Like literally, you die, you start all the way back to the beginning. Whatever section you're on. It's an incredibly hard and difficult, like challenging game. Like I said, you have to build up your character and level up.
Very frustrating. I call it frustration the game.
Yeah, it's incredibly. So unless you basically have a strategy going into like the different levels, it's almost like it reminds me of playing like Mega Man back in the day, right? So like I said,
or if you didn't have the right
combination of what boss level to go to, like in what order, like I said,
you're gonna have a bad time.
Exactly. So like I said, it reminds me basically of a modern take on that. And so I said, I've invested a few hours into that. I was like, it feels good getting back into that series, but holy cow!
It's dude. If you remember Ninja Gaiden, right, back in the day, like no matter how far you got, you're going back to the beginning, buddy. You're going back to the beginning of that one. So
it's crazy, but then I think the thing that has me like I said in kind of awe though, like I said, so just playing like in 4K, right? Just if this is the beginning, if these are the beginning titles of next gen of these next gen consoles,
they can only go up from
here.
They
can only go up and more insane from here. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like you can see like the individual scratches, like I said, on the armor. Like you can. And then you can also like choose between modes. So you can choose like a high performance mode where it'll lock the frame rate at 60 frames per second, so it's like buttery smooth. Or if you wanted like a more like cinematic experience, it'll like knock it back to 30, but it'll like I said put a nice like polish over everything, where
beef
it's like,
up the resolution and all the graphics and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it's a movie at that point in time, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an amazing game. So like I said, if you have a PS5 out there, definitely pick up Demon Souls. Like it's good to revisit that series. Like I said, it feels like, so even though I played the game way back in the day on PS3, it feels like I'm playing a whole new game. Like it's a remake that was built from the ground up. That's definitely worth the money.
Yeah,
very cool.
But yeah, that's been my.
Is that it?
That's it. So these last 3 weeks, I said it's just between like I said, like
it's been video games and trying to keep warm.
Well, video games trying to keep warm, and like I said, work and
work.
Well, yeah, it's just
okay. Why? Like that's what I'm gonna ask. Can you say? All right, I guess I'll say it. Can you say hi, Genesis and Andrew?
Hello, Genesis and Andrew.
Hi, Genesis and Andrew. You're in the right place if you like. If you're looking for something to do random shoutouts, we are the guy.
We'll do it.
Speaking of random shoutouts, I believe that's a bingo square.
It is a bingo square.
Bingo!
Bingo.
If you'd like to play STS Guys Bingo along with us while you're listening to our awesome podcast that's already like 25 minutes in,
we haven't gotten to any actual topic yet.
You can go to podcastbingo.com/STS Guys, and you can get your very own STS Guys Bingo card made by our friend Andrew from the Toy Rewind podcast. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, so
those guys.
If you like our podcast of talking about HOAs and adult life problems, there's way better podcasts.
Yeah, well, hold on. HOAs, a gas station, and a video game.
Yeah,
Us this week.
That's the life of every 30-something-year-old.
Yeah, right. yes, 30-something-year-olds like me.
Yeah.
Yes, kids. Like I said, wait until we talk about next week's topic: refinancing.
Yeah.
And like,
oh, wait, dude, the sad thing is we can go over insurance and life insurance and refinancing really well, but we're not going to because we're assholes. All right, so let's go into the topic that we wanted to actually talk about.
Hold on, our friend Ed has a bingo.
Well, I'm going to do it again.
Bingo!
26 minutes in, Ed. I think that's a record.
That was pretty good, man. I didn't even say Zack Ryder.
Pretty amazing.
All right, but you know what else is amazing?
What?
Disney Investor Day.
You know what? I'm going to break a segue because I want to skip it because there's the topic we need to talk about. I want to get your guys' thoughts on the HBO thing before we go into the Disney shit.
Okay. What's the HBO thing?
Where like all their movies next year are coming to HBO.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
While they're in theaters.
Totally forgot. Yeah, that's huge.
I
totally forgot about that. Yeah.
I am 100% a fan of that. Just because, like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, right, technology now, right? Like I said, home technology, like home theater systems and home TVs and stuff like that. It gives me just as much of a great experience as I do go into the theater.
It's fine.
It's fine.
When people talk, the theater experience, what theater experience? Like the loudspeakers, the big screen. Like, what is it about the theater experience that you really think is going to get ruined by me sitting my fat ass on my couch? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, here's the thing. At home, I can, when I have to take a piss, rather than having to
pause,
bolt to the bathroom and get back and time when I'm gonna it's a dull spot in the movie. I can run out and go take a piss.
Look up what time is the best time to go to the bathroom for Avengers Endgame, so I missed the least amount of exposition.
Didn't somebody make an app for that?
Yeah, there's an app for that.
That app is so dead.
Yeah, but we've always said like theaters, it's what, $30 for me, my wife, and my daughter, right? To go to a movie.
Yeah, easy.
Let alone if I buy popcorn, drinks, all that stuff. That exponentially increases the cost.
Yeah.
I get with my internet, I get HBO Max for free, right? But still, it's like what, $15, $10 a month?
I don't know.
What is it running at right now?
We all get it for free, Scott.
We all get it from the same internet provider, which gives
it's probably like $10, give or take $5.
$15.
$15, right? So you're telling me for half the cost just to get into the theater, I can watch all those movies in the theater, like in the house? Fuck yeah, that's a better deal for me. I'm sorry, like I do enjoy going to a theater because it's a way to get out of my house, but this needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like we've proven that movies do well getting released to home anyway right now. So like, let's continue the trend. Like, I would never have gone to see Wonder Woman in the theater. I'd have waited till it came onto a streaming service or at least was like rentable. But now I'll watch it day one, right? Like I will watch it. So you're going to, you will broaden your audience that way. And I think it's needed.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like I said, it's not like it was 20 years ago, where I said a home viewing experience is completely different than a theater experience. I said with the exception of screen size and movie popcorn. Like I said, even that can
movie
be
popcorn.
replicated. I said I can literally have I can replicate the experience with my home audio system and my TV.
You know, here's you want to know how you make the movie popcorn? Slather it in butter and don't clean your machine ever. There you go, movie theater popcorn.
That's
Like hell. I said at this point in time, I even have like I said the motorized reclinable seats.
So here's the thing. The only thing that I do like is the newer theater experience where I can go sit and like hit the button and order a beer, or hit the button and be like, I would like a burger and fries, and the lady brings me a burger and fries. Like, to me, that ain't like, that's the direction theaters are going to have to go. Is they're going to have to make it more of an experience, right? Yeah. It's going to have to include dinner. It's going to have to include everything.
Wait, but you're married. You have a wife who can do that for you.
Yeah, that's true. But if I ask her, hey, lady, bring me a burger and fries, she'll slap the shit out of me.
No. You don't even need to do that. You have this magical app called DoorDash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. No. Because I'm a cheap ass bastard. Hey. I don't DoorDash.
Hey.
Because I don't want to pay the service fee to it.
No, you just gotta be picky and choosy of what you do. Like I said, you can always get stuff for free on there. Like I said, it's wings. I said it's always it's either on Uber Eats or on DoorDash, and it bounces back and forth between the two for free delivery.
So Jeff here says getting a house is necessary. We need to stop living in a cave. We've evolved. I fucking haven't. I'm sorry to say, like, I am perfectly happy sitting my happy ass up in my media room with my video games. I have a mini fridge up here. I don't have to go downstairs for any real reason. Like, I think I have about 7 days worth of provisions stocked up here. I don't have to go, like, even leave the second floor of my house for a week. So no, I'm perfectly happy, like, caving up somewhere. And yeah, I have despise ordering food to go, except unless it's just Wings Place, because their wings are delicious and you can only get them via DoorDash. So
I don't know, man. DoorDash is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the DoorDash. I'm a fan of the Favor. I'm a fan of the Uber Eats.
Favor's pretty good. Shipped. We old job gave us a free year of Shipped. Shipped is pretty amazing too, because you can use it at like Target and the grocery store, and they just bring you whatever you want.
You mean Austin local company Shipped?
Is it? Oh, shout out to Texas.
If you ever drive around the area called the Domain down here, you'll see quite a few people wearing Shipped T-shirts, because I believe it's somewhere over there.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Shipped. I had them bring me duct tape the other day. Oh, when my fence fell apart. I don't even know if I told you guys this.
Wait, your wood fence you duct taped?
Yeah, our wood fence fell apart. I didn't know how to fix it, so I got duct tape.
You call me and I bring my nail gun and I'll.
You have like two guys with like a whole garage full of tools.
And you duct taped your fence?
I duct taped our wood fence together. It's fixed now, but I duct taped it together. I thought
when you say it's fixed now, is it fixed legit or is it still duct taped?
No, it's fixed legit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fixed legit. But yes, I duct taped it because it was like it totally came off. Right, my brand new wood fence came up and it was like flapping around like it was a gate, like because it was really windy that day, and apparently the wind just ripped the nails or whatever they used to fix it up.
Sweet mother of God.
Yeah. So I shipped myself some duct tape and I fixed it right up.
Not nails, not a hammer.
No. Bright orange duct tape is what the shipped girl brought me. So now, I guess I could have called you guys. I didn't even think about that. I was just like duct tape.
I have a legitimate nail. I have a 10-penny nailer.
Yeah,
like I could actually go and replace your roof with the nail gun I have.
That's amazing. Jessica's right. I have no tools, so that part of me, I am not an adult. I do not own a nail gun. I don't even have like a drill. I needed a drill for something the other day too. I'm like, maybe I should buy a drill. I chose not to.
We're just shaking. But anyway, okay. I wanted to bring it up just because I think the HBO thing is like the best.
It's cool
process, and it's going to drive people to HBO. And I already see that like AMC and a couple other like Cinemark and a few other ones are like scrambling to try to figure out what to do, because they're like, that just put the nail in our coffin. So
but now then too, like I said, have you seen, like I said, you have all these movie stars that are saying, "Oh, this is terrible." Like,
and here's the thing, like,
Well, they didn't tell them.
So-
I think
so-
the problem was the communication.
Yeah.
Well,
So here's what I want to go through.
Real quick, Scott. Let's I have a point to make about that. You're getting paid for a fucking job. You made the movie. You got paid. Who the? It's not.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's not you.
I don't see you on fucking IMAX. Eat a dick.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
But isn't
first off,
for some people, like I think their bonus is tied to box office sales, and if there is no box office sales, they don't make that money.
well,
So
then
I think it
change
was
your
just-
fucking contract.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was just again communication. They just had to explain
Yeah.
what the process was
We-
going to be.
We threatened their paycheck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like Robert Downey
absolutely.
Jr. I think part of his thing was with the Marvel movies was he got money based on what the percentage of the gross, right? So
Yeah. So he cared. Like
he's gonna care.
Yeah, if you're making $1 billion Avengers movie, you would care. Like,
Really, do you think I will say comfortably middle class gives a shit what a bunch of millionaires like, you're
Yeah,
gonna hurt my
boo-hoo.
paycheck. Boo-hoo. Go cry into your millions of dollars and like leave me alone. Let me watch my movies in my house. But here's the thing. I'm gonna go back to the same thing. Like I'm gonna bring up this guy because I don't really like him in general. I don't like a lot of things, but Christopher Nolan, right? Like
oh yeah,
comes up and started bitching about the movie theater experience for his movies. First off, get your fucking sound editing right, you jackass. If you want a movie
All right,
experience, I can't hear what your people are saying because you
That was
orchestrate everything.
especially horrible in Tenet. Like,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I
Like-
didn't understand half the movie.
Right, you had to go watch it. Yeah, because he does it, so you have to go watch it 4 fucking times to actually hear what everyone is saying. But like, it's like, oh, the movie theater experience. I'm like, what exactly am I getting different from your movie? Sing it in a theater. The loud "Wah" with THX. Like, what is like? Explain your point a little bit better because you're just saying it's better in the theater. Why? I
Yeah.
don't know. Okay, like. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to go to the theater.
because
give
I
me
said so.
And yeah, because I said so is
I
not
have-
a reason for me.
I have like clips, like said like icon series, like said like high end Dolby Atmos speakers, like said part of my home theater system.
Yeah.
Like,
And you still can't understand what they're saying in Tenet. Yeah. So it's one of those things. Like that was the one that was most recently. He was like, "I'm going to release it in theaters because you need to see it in theaters." And I go, well, the fuck, why? You just so I can go like this. Oh, like I don't what. Why do I need to go to a movie theater to see a movie? We've proven that it's not necessary, and with technology, we don't need to go. So you need to give me a real good reason to go, and no one really has. And that's end of rant.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Misty throws out a good point, right? So like their contracts were signed a year or two ago, like like Wonder Woman. Ed says it sounded like Gal Gadot got a bonus of maybe $10 million or something when they decided to throw it on HBO Max, but they announced that one, right? So they probably talked about it first. But right, so the contract was signed a year or two ago, so HBO is breaking the contract. I think they just needed to tell everybody that they were doing it.
We're getting a pay,
Just send an email.
Yeah. So
we're getting a pay cut. I'm not going to make 10 million. I'm going to make 2. Fuck off.
At the same point in time, they should just come out and say that. Then it's like, hey, you know what? I don't like this idea because it's going to eat into my paycheck.
Yeah.
That's the excuse that everyone's using. Oh, it's a theater experience. Like, oh, you're ruining this. Like,
Exactly.
no,
So you're ruining
not
the theater experience that no one can actually tell me what is so great about the movie theater.
Well, I know Ed said he would miss the sticky floors.
Yeah.
I'll miss
As you're walking.
I'll miss always sitting next to the guy who feels like it's necessary to take his shoes off.
Yeah, exactly. Is that the theater experience? Because Larry, I'll go over to your house and take my shoes off
Thanks, Scott.
if you really need me to. Like I'll be that guy in your
Sticky
house.
feet always
for you.
makes popcorn taste just a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's okay. So, that Disney Investor Day thing.
Dropping some fire.
So, which is so weird, right? And we were talking about this at lunch the other day. Like it's weird that probably would have been Comic-Con announcements. Like, hey,
Yeah.
let's instead of having Comic-Con, let's announce all these shows and movies.
In a 4 hour.
in a 4-hour investor call.
Yeah, it was
4 hour. It wasn't an investor call either. It was an investor presentation.
Yeah. Multimedia experience.
Yeah. We're going to watch. Hey, investors, I know you want to know how we're going to make you money, but let's watch these movie trailers first. Like, what? Like, I don't know if that was the right venue for that.
Yeah. No.
But I guess they didn't have another venue for it.
Yeah. Well, I think we're on the same page with Mountain Meg. We're all super happy to have Disney Plus because they announced so much, and most of the things they announced were for Disney Plus.
Somewhat, though.
Wait,
because now I'm excited. Well, no, because I'm kind of curious because a lot of the stuff they're like, here is this in 2023, and I'm like,
yeah,
most
of it was 2022 or beyond, or no date.
Yeah, it's like it's cool. You're announcing all these things. Yeah. Great. Other than Mandalorian, which is the only reason why I'm going on to Disney Plus lately, what else do you got to get me back onto that thing?
Yeah, WandaVision comes out January 15th, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out March 30th.
Yeah,
which is cool. So both those are pretty quick, right? And those are it's probably the way it works out with one episode a week. It's pretty much back to back. Just like when Mandalorian wraps up, that's when we're going to get WandaVision. So that's fine. I'm excited about that. Right, we finally are going to get a Marvel show in about a month.
Yeah, finally.
And we
first Marvel show, right? Official, like real Marvel show.
Yeah. Official MCU
show. Marvel show.
Dude, but see, Larry, I thought there was something else. There's two things that were announced in that. Did you guys watch the little like where it flickered through all the like logos of all the upcoming shows?
The 100+ of them, yeah.
The 100+ of them. There was two of them that stuck out to me, and I thought, Larry, you might have brought up one, but you haven't yet, which I'm actually kind of a little concerned that maybe you didn't see this.
Whatever happened to that Lizzie McGuire Disney Plus show?
Yeah, that thing's gone.
No,
right?
I didn't see that thing you talked about.
That
I have no idea.
No. Okay, so it was the thing as I flipped through, and there's two of them that I thought, I went, One of them is, did you see there's going to be a Willow series?
Oh,
did you guys see this?
That doesn't do anything for me.
I am down. If we can get Val Kilmer and Warwick Davis back.
It's not going to be any good.
Willow, and you got the pig people.
Yeah.
Nope, no good.
But the other one that I brought, that I thought that I was like, Larry's going to love this. Most likely, just based off of your viewing things.
Yeah.
They brought Whoopi Goldberg back for Sister Act 3.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not super excited, but I would definitely watch it on Disney Plus for free. Right? Who doesn't like a good Whoopi Goldberg movie?
You know what I'm excited for? The Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Oh, yeah,
a Christmas special. So was that how they sweetened the deal with James Gunn to be like, you can come back and do Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and at the same time,
we'll give
Christmas special. Better than the Star Wars special, Christmas special.
Okay, I'm kind of disappointed that Disney hasn't released like Star Wars Christmas special.
I don't think they're proud of that one. Well, did you see the Lego one? Did you see the Lego holiday special on Disney Plus?
Yeah. No, they need to release the original one. Like so, I said,
they try to avoid that like the plague.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's got so much nostalgia and it's got such a cult following. Like
where you find out Chewie has a family, he has a wife and child.
Lumpy.
Yeah, I said you learn about. I said what Kashyyyk actually is. Like
Life Day.
So that's the first time they ever like allude to Boba Fett. Like
the Boba Fett cartoon. Scott loves the Boba Fett cartoon.
Yeah, which we will talk about after the Mandalorian because I have a very big gripe about Mandalorian in terms of Boba Fett, but I will digress. Huh?
Let me fit into this armor.
No, well, not that. That was pretty funny. But no, it's the Boba Fett beats a lot of ass, right? So we're gonna do some spoilers here. Fuck this. I'm going. Fuck this shit. No, I'm going. I'm gonna give my gripe right now. I'm not waiting until the end. So in that episode, Boba Fett kicks ass, right? He's an amazing fighter. He's killing all these guys, right? If he would have showed 1/10 of that ability during Return of the Jedi would have been over. Like, you cannot take a character who is a nincompoop throughout the entire time we have seen him, and then turn him into a badass because the fans like it.
You mean he could have taken out an unarmed Lando and
An unarmed Lando, a Han Solo who is blind, and Luke, the Jedi who's preoccupied at the time, right? Like at any point, like we saw that, like his skill is enough where like you'd be like, he should have killed all of them motherfuckers in like that. But no, he didn't. So like, what the fuck were you doing back in Return of the Jedi? If you're this good, what were you doing?
He's no Grogu.
Yeah. No, it's just like it's like if I were to cosplay as it looks like if I were to cosplay as Boba Fett. I'm a fat guy. Like,
yeah,
fat Boba Fett.
Like they just needed to leave it with Timothy Oliphant wearing the armor, right? Like just keep it that he's not Boba Fett. I think we got somebody else doing it, and you can make him as skilled as you want.
They're probably going to address this, like I said, during the Boba Fett series, right? Like if Boba Fett, like kind of to your point, Scott, it was such a badass. Why didn't you just go get the armor from Timothy Oliphant?
Yeah, it's true. He knew where it was.
Yeah, he clearly knew where it was, and then like, were you just having an off day in Return of the Jedi? Like you're
sleepy.
You accidentally died. Like you didn't actually get even effectively killed. You accidentally died. Yeah, Boba Fett accidentally died. In Empire? Let's go back and watch. It's an accident.
So you know how you make I can talk about this because I said I am fat. So I said not fat shaming. I'm speaking about myself because I said I am personally fat. I am fat. But you know how you make a fat person look skinny? You dress them in black. So the last episode of The Mandalorian, do you notice all the undercolor of his suit? It's all black now.
Yeah, you blacked out the fat guy.
I said he noticeably looked a little bit thinner. And I said in this last episode.
Next time he's gonna have like vertical stripes.
Yeah.
It hides the role, right? But yeah, so that rant over.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you can't show a person be good. And the last time we see him, he was a nincompoop.
I can't argue with you on that. So we're talking Star Wars, right? What do you guys think about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, which is going to have Hayden Christensen returning as Darth
Vader? Them. The women. The children.
It returns into Christopher Walken. And the children. Yeah. Like, I hate sand.
But he didn't get Grogu. I have very little interest in that show.
So here's the thing. I've seen people like doing like imaging of it, like really bad Photoshops, but they need to go back. So if I go back and watch episode 3, I need to have him hiding in that little like room with the younglings when the lightsaber turns on, like he's gonna go murder the children.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah. I need a little thing of him like hiding behind a chair.
Yeah, something. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So Obi-Wan. So all right. So real quick, I have an idea. So right there, they announced a bunch of shows, right? So there's the Obi-Wan show. Let's see. There's Bad Batch, but that's a cartoon. There's the Rogue One show, right, with Cassian Andor.
Yeah, so I'm actually excited for that. I'm actually excited for that. I would love to see more of a spy thriller. It's the guy who did the guy directing. It's the dude who did the Bourne series.
Diego Luna.
Yeah.
So and it's with Diego Luna coming in to see. So we actually get like a spy thriller set in like the beginning of the Empire. Yes, please. Check box.
All right. So there's Obi-Wan. There's the Andor series. There is Rangers of the New Republic, and there's Ahsoka. Like out of
there's another one. I forgot. There's a Rogue Squadron. There's a Rogue Squadron movie too.
There's a
That's the movie though, right? So yeah, for the show. Yeah. So I'm going for the shows, and there's some there's a Lando show which may or may not, right?
There's a droid show too.
Is that a show or a cartoon?
I don't know.
Is it like dude?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
If you guys want to like have a weird thing, go back and watch some of the old like 1970s Star Wars droids cartoon. Do you guys remember that? Does anybody remember that there was a droids cartoon?
I do.
Go back and watch some of that. There was some odd stuff that relates back to the like future 3,
Really?
like the final 3
Yeah,
episodes.
the most recent trilogy. Yeah.
There's a female scrapper named Ray. Like, there's quite a few like
That's
things
weird.
like where they're like, there's none of it directly relates, but a lot of stuff you're like, this is a weird coincidence for this to happen. I think
So my point, out of any of the stuff that they announced, but specifically the shows, like the live action shows, which one do you think is most likely to tank and not be good and suck? Because one of these has to suck, right? They can't all be home runs. They all can't be Mandalorian where people get excited. Do you think it's going to be Obi-Wan with the story about Darth Vader that nobody cares about?
No, because people are bitching. So people are bitching about it now, but it's like they'll watch it because
absolutely
it ties back to the original trilogy.
Yeah, but will it be good?
No, so
everybody's gonna like all of them.
Tank is a loaded question though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking like,
which one's gonna not be good, right? It's gonna be the Solo of this next wave of things, right?
I think just because they haven't announced a lot of what it is, because I said the rumor is, I said it's going to be Gina Carino. I said it's going to be that Rangers of the New Republic. I think it's that show, right? Because I said I think it's because it's
real hard to sell.
That's what our friend Tyler Calvert in the chat saying too. That's kind of the one to me. It's like, I don't think anybody really cares about
Rangers of the New Republic following that group and like, oh, it's New Republic, like Rebel group or whatever. Like, it seems like it may not be good.
Honestly, I said here's the thing. I said if they had an entire show off of I said I forgot his name in the show, but whatever character Bill Burr plays, I would watch that show. I said I love Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's hilarious though.
I love Bill Burr in Star Wars.
And so Bill Burr, a guy who has constantly made fun of Star Wars fans, played a character in Star Wars, but actually had enough wherewithal to, like, when they talk about an Imperial sharpshooter, or he's like an Imperial soldier as a sharpshooter, he's like, I wasn't a stormtrooper. Like like the whole idea of like Bill Burr as a character, I love, and I would want to follow him around.
Well,
but I am most excited for Andor.
Yeah,
it should be good. I don't know. I just feel like all these cannot be home runs.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Obi-Wan just because I said here's like, if it's gonna be Darth Vader, I said if it's gonna be Darth Vader, basically Darth Vader is gonna probably have as much screen time as Giancarlo Esposito as Moff Gideon in Mandalorian. So it's not he's not going to get a whole bunch of screen time. And then also too, he's going to have his freaking mask on, so you're not going to see a whole bunch of Hayden Christensen. So it's going to be kind of hard to even fuck that up.
And they're probably going to go get James Earl Jones to voice it. So
for sure,
like,
or somebody who sounds like James Earl Jones.
Yeah. So here's the question I want Obi-Wan to answer for me. Right? Is we have. At the end of episode 3, we know what Obi-Wan looks like, right? And then we see him 20 years later, right? He's like, what, maybe 40, right? 20 years later, he looks 90. Like, I want to know what the fuck happens to Obi-Wan in those 20 years.
It's been a rough time on Tatooine,
20 years, like.
So the lack of moisture on Tatooine, I said with the
it's
moisture
really dried that old Jedi out. Like, it's great that they're trying to fill that gap, but the problem was, like, they didn't really judge the ages of the people right. So now we have an age problem with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they just wanted Ewan McGregor, and I do like him, but I don't know that. It's going to answer questions that I don't need answered. That's all. It's just unnecessary.
Yeah,
like whatever. Like the Solo movie. But I don't.
Where Solo gets his last name because he's by himself.
Yeah,
so
I'm also calling it right now. Calling it right now.
What?
I said just because I said Darth Maul is going to show up in the Obi-Wan series.
Seems likely.
They need
okay. So
they need some
potentially,
way,
Clone Wars stuff.
However,
they need some way to use that tease that was in Solo. Like they need to be able to use that.
but they let it back a little bit because in the Rebels series, they visit Tatooine, they revisit Obi-Wan, and he fucking straight up finishes the job and kills Darth Maul in that one. Finally, like they actually are like, we're gonna finish this shit. Like
After this, timeline wise,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
so
post.
he can still show up. He doesn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Darth Maul. But yeah, like I bet he's in there.
Here's the one thing that the Mandalorian proves for everything, right?
Yeah.
Is the success of characters not directly related to the establishment.
Yeah.
Like the Mandalorian, outside of the Baby Yoda being the same species as Yoda, had no characters that we knew through most of the entirety, right? Like,
there's familiar stuff, but it's not an Obi-Wan.
It's not the same people. We don't have anybody that like that is the person from that movie. Like it proves that they need to branch out, get away from those fucking movies, and branch out and expand that universe and actually give us stories that happen at the same time, but somewhere else, and that people will still watch it.
See, I think that's part of it, but I think the huge part of it is Jon Favreau. Like,
dude, yeah, because a guy that actually gives a shit. Yeah,
Jon Favreau, like I said, you need to get the right people to write and direct this, right? Like it's like I said, he makes the world of difference in that show. Like I said, if it was done by anybody else, I don't know,
because he's not even directing, right? Like he's just coming in to like he's writing and then overseeing.
Every week has, like I said, a different guest director. Like there's been like Robert Rodriguez. There's been there's been a whole bunch of guest directors. Like he did the entire first season, but I think that this, like I said, with the exception of a couple episodes, and then like I said, this season it's been like a different director, but he's been the writer.
Yeah, but it shows that like if you have a person who actually cares, oversee this, and doesn't go to like bend to like, we'll say studio like, oh, let's bring in these established characters or whatever. Like, just like, no, I want to make this. This is my vision, and these are the people I want to talk about, right? Like, it proves that point. Like, that's who you need. Yeah, you need somebody like Favreau to come in and at least oversee these series.
So, that would be cool. Do you guys think Patty Jenkins is like Jon Favreau? Because she's doing that Rogue Squadron movie that's due out December 2023.
I think she has
Wonder Woman.
She has a potential. She has potential.
I'll reserve my judgment after the next Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
Coming to HBO Max December 25th.
Here's the thing: is Wonder Woman was really good up until the end when they're like, it's going to be the CG fight where you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Like every superhero movie has. You're like, okay, cool. Like, so you still bent to like pressure. So Patty Jenkins has the potential for it, and Rogue Squadron depends on the story too. Like that, you could.
Who do you think's going to be in it? Is it like Wedge and Biggs? Is that Rogue Squadron? It's X-wing fighter pilot guys, right?
So it's basically Top Gun in space, is what I'm imagining, right? Like if you're gonna do Rogue Squadron, it's Top Gun in space, but
like they're going to like TIE fight or not? They're not.
Well, not like school, but like I guess you could go into the school, but it would be like you're following a squadron of fighters as they go through, and like
the school actually would make sense, right? You do a little bit of training, and then they go out like on their first mission, and stuff goes bad, and then they have to redeem themselves. That actually works.
Right, it works. It's a good story trope or whatever, and
what you just accidentally pitched is probably better than what you're actually going to do.
I want to pitch it right now. Because I said you just gave me the idea, Larry. Like I said, it's so they go to the school. I said they're instructed to do. I said hey, this is the run, this is the mission, this is what you got to do. They're like, something ends up happening, and then they have to go off on them like so by themselves, and they go and basically take a completely different direction from what they were taught at the school, and that's how they become known as the Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Jeremy, so what you're saying is you're taking Top Gun and throwing a little bit of Red Dawn in,
Exactly.
right? Like,
as long as there's a scene where they're playing sand volleyball on Tatooine, I'm in. Because it's a Star Wars movie, they have to go to Tatooine. Might as well have them play volleyball.
yeah, and that's the other thing too. Can we please find other planets?
No,
Like,
Scott,
I know Tatooine. I know Tatooine is far away, but like, if we have now Obi-Wan on Tatooine, Mandalorian to spend a lot more time than you think he should on Tatooine. All the movies keep going back.
Would you be okay instead of Tatooine? Maybe they'll go to Jakku.
Fine, just say it's Jakku, and I'll be like, all right, cool, another fucking sand planet. But at least, like, stop with Tatooine.
It's the center of the universe, man.
Apparently, this random planet on the outer rim.
Yeah, is it like Coruscant, like the big, like kind of like New York City style, like planet?
It's the capital planet.
Yeah, but they never go there.
Because that's too much CGI.
Because that's too much CGI, and that gun got blowed up in the new trilogy.
Did it?
So,
I mean, I know they can't go to Alderaan.
Yeah, same thing. When they did the new Death Star, right? The Starkiller base, Coruscant got blown up with that one.
It's a shame, man.
So.
Hey, that reminds me. So that's another rule. I like Bill Burr. He tells dark jokes even in the Star Wars show. Hey, you can't go to Mando or Alderaan.
They're not there.
They're not there.
That was funny, dude. Spoilers. But yeah, that was funny.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock, and we haven't even talked Marvel.
So, all right, let's keep this shit going. Let's go. Come on. Or do you want to save this for next week for Nate?
Let's save Marvel for next week with Nate.
We'll talk Marvel for next week because, to be honest, there's going to be no real announcements until next week.
Yeah,
so this conversation will continue.
Well, so the last episode of Mandalorian for season 2 is next Friday. But I mean, again, after that, like especially with Christmas and stuff, like there's not going to be much for the next month. So we can talk about the Marvel stuff later because there's a lot to talk about on the Marvel stuff, right? Like Secret Wars, the TV show,
Secret Invasion,
Secret Invasion, that's what I meant.
But I'm kind of sad that they made it a TV show. But yeah, there's plenty to talk about,
right? She-Hulk, the Hawkeye series with Kate Bishop, like great. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, so we'll save that for a future episode. Yeah, exactly. There's a whole hour worth of stuff right there. And then what? So we'll talk about that soon. We'll talk about end of Mandalorian season 2 soon. We still got that Fiverr episode coming up. I want to do a Cameo episode too. We talked a little bit about that, but I've been watching the sample videos on Cameo. I want to do a Cameo episode too real soon.
I think we've tried to buy cameos.
I know.
No one would cameo us.
I've got an idea though. I've got an idea. We'll talk. Maybe we can buy one, but we'll talk. Some of those cameos are expensive. I saw Rebecca Black. Don't ask me why. She popped up on a thing. It's like $90 to get Rebecca Black. They released that Friday song.
Did you guys see who was the most earning cameo person though?
No, who?
It's Kevin from The Office.
Really?
He made the most in the last year for cameos.
That's crazy. People love The Office.
People love The Office. And people love Kevin. So
right. Talk about chili, spilling the chili.
Yeah.
So we've got some cool stuff coming up. 2021 is right around the corner. So stick around. It's going to be fun. There's going to be some Marvel stuff, right? Because WandaVision is going to hit really soon too. But we've got some ridiculous things. Right. I've got a few crazy things in my pocket too that we're going to have to bust out, especially that Fiverr episode. I gotta go get my Fiverr song real quick. Cause, Jeremy, I don't know if you heard, cause I don't think you listened to that episode, which is totally okay. But, my friends over at MJ Pop World, it's a Twitch channel. They do Friday Night Funko. They paid Get Unplugged to write their theme song too.
What?
And I have a copy of it that we are going to play on our Fiverr episode.
That's amazing.
So we've already got some fire lined up. So it's a pretty good song. I know you, Scott, Nate, you guys will love it as much as I did. It was pretty amazing. So shout out to those guys. You know who else who I should shout out? How about some other podcasts?
I like podcasts.
Me too. I like podcasts like Talkin' Pops and Pop Collectors Alliance, The Tyler G Show, Toy Photocast, 4 Dorksmen Geek Together, Secondary Heroes, The Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes with our friend Sully, The Toy Rewind Podcast, 3 Beers and a Mic, and 2021's right around the corner, and that also means the return of the Totally Rad Movie Podcast. For reals.
We're coming back, baby.
For reals this time.
For reals?
Yeah,
For real.
Hey,
Not
hey,
full play.
on there. Like I said, can you roll the old reels?
And if you're still in the chat, stick around because we're gonna raid a friend of this channel. Oh no, he stopped going live. Dang it! Did you guys know Did you guys know Goat versus Fish is on Twitch?
I found out yesterday.
I know. Everybody is on Twitch, including Goat versus
Fish.
He was just live. I was going to raid him, but he just went off live. We were too slow. So never mind. We can raid somebody. Super Jen. I like Super Jen, but she's no Goat versus Fish.
Goat versus Fish is Goat versus Fish.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's
you cannot beat the ghost or fishness of Ghost versus Fish.
Yeah. I mean, right? That shtick is still a thing.
It's the shtick is still a thing, and it's still one of my favorite guests because that motherfucker did not break character at all.
Before, after, never.
No.
Yeah.
Like you think like we had a conversation with this guy not as him as whatever his thing was. No, like the 20 minutes leading up to our episode with him, he was Goat versus Fish during that like 20-minute lead up.
Yeah, exactly. He is Goat versus Fish.
Yeah.
Just as in the chat, like Talking Pops is early now. I don't even know what time they go live. I think it's like 6 Pacific, but I'm not 100% sure. Because they don't post the time, Mike. Cool. If you're listening, post what time you guys go live. Because you changed it, but you didn't really tell anybody.
So, where can I get some cool stuff, Larry?
Oh, you like cool stuff? I like cool stuff. If you want to pre-order some cool stuff, like that new pop albums, My Chemical Romance, the Black Parade Funko Pop, or that Queen pop albums that's coming out too, you should go to shumistore.com. That's right, shumistore.com. You get all the Funko Pops you want. You get some fig pins, you get some other cool stuff. And if you enter code STS Guys, you're going to save 10%. And if you don't want to wear blue Buc-ee's t-shirts like me now, you can go to animatedapparelcompany.com. Get yourself some cool licensed t-shirts. They've got like figurines now too and stuff. I just got an update from them like 2 days ago. They've got some new stuff. They've got a whole bunch of new stuff up for pre-order. So if you haven't been to animatedapparelcompany.com in a while, go check it out. And guess what? If you enter code STS Guys, you're going to save 10% and you're going to get free shipping. Animated Apparel Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at STS Guys. And we're on Facebook, which is great, at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Oh, that was nice. That was some harmony right there.
That's what we do.
Try real hard.
Pretty legit. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
It was good to be back.
Right.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. It's like welcome back, Cotter.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Cotter. But if it were
drunken assholes. Yeah. So, Jeremy, Jeremy, take us out. God damn it, we're gonna go on tangent.
So for episode 158 of the STS Guys, where we talked about HOAs and Star Wars and all that other good stuff, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
No context. I'm playing a song.
STS Podcast. Guys, STS Podcast. Guys, STS Podcast. Guys, Jeremy, Leo, Larry, and Nate.
Scott's out sick. Jeremy, Leo, Larry, and Nate. Scott's out sick. Jeremy, Leo, Larry, and Nate. Scott's out sick.
This is my favorite song. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.